Anti-Semitism is an age-old enemy, but there is a concern that it's been increasing rapidly in recent times. A survey conducted by the EU Agency for Fundamental Rights, the FRA, shows that anti-Semitism has risen dramatically in Europe within the last 5 years. I spoke to the FRA's head of research, Ioannis Dimitrakopoulos, who explained the findings.
About a quarter had experienced harassment, which includes verbal assault but also physical assaults in the past year, and 33%, about a third of them, had experienced such forms of hate crime in the past 5 years. And that 76% believe that anti-Semitism has become worse over the past 5 years, in particular what we describe as online Semitism, and about half worry about becoming a victim of anti-Semitic attacks or harassment in the future.
And how widespread is this anti-Semitism then?
I think it's quite widespread from the Jewish people's perspective in all the member states that we covered.
And what kind of picture does this then portray for the average Jew living in Europe?
I think it portrays a picture of concern and worry about safety and about being able to live their lives as Jews.
Council President Van Rompuy described the EU as a union of values. However, this survey suggests otherwise. I asked MEP Antonia Parvanova, a celebrated fighter against anti-Semitism, what MEPs can do to stop discrimination.
Definitely the MEPs should be very careful with their work and also with the slogans and priorities they set up, and in political campaign, how do they address the society, because there are many politicians, and even here in the European Parliament, because of different reasons, they are targeting different ethnical, religious groups or different electoral groups with messages which might be considered as moderately xenophobic or exclusive.
So while MEPs can make a difference, they're also the ones to blame?
The politicians have to be more active, and if they do not collect data, it is hard to imagine that they know correctly the dimension of the problem.
But just how revealing is the survey? I asked European Jewish Parliament member Yossi Lemkevich if the findings were particularly revealing.
No, this is not new. It's just confirming trends from several years.
And how will this affect the average European Jew?
The question today is for Jews in several countries, like the central countries of Europe, is there future for Jews in Europe? This is the question. Because people think if you see the survey, the figures again, you see that almost 30% of the Jews think about emigrating, leaving Europe, the country where they were born.
Politicians are renowned for their strong words. But if they are the problem as much as they are the solution, then progress will be slow. So if the average person on the street doesn't call for action, this survey could end up just being a sign of future things to come. This is Bjarke Smith-Meyer for JN1 at the European Parliament in Brussels.